So how can you tell the difference between contemplation and analysis? A lot of people think that they're contemplating something when really they're just analyzing it. So some signs that you can be aware of to help you discern between contemplation and analysis is the sign of feeling very spacious. When we are contemplating something, there's a sense of spaciousness that if we contemplate perhaps who am I, or who is suffering, or what is a thought, or any of these types of inquiries that lead us into this contemplation, you see that it's actually not something that we're analyzing, that just the question is really appearing in this space. The question appears much like a cloud appears in the sky, that you actually feel like the sky that the cloud is appearing in. And just like the cloud in the sky, it just simply is moving slowly in the sky, but the sky allows the cloud to appear there. So there's a sort of what I call hang time experience, that this thought just hangs in the space. There's a hang time, and you're not trying to move it along. You're not trying to jump to the next thought. You're not trying to, string a bunch of thoughts together in some sort of linear sequential sequence. It's not going to be logical. You're not trying to go into this. It's more of an experience of feeling that you've zoomed out and you're just being with that thought for as long as it's appearing. And so there's this sense of spaciousness. There's also the experience of awareness, that you're experiencing awareness, this being aware of the thought that's appearing to you. So you can basically see this thought from the eye of awareness. It's not a physical eye, but it's the eye is an eye. It's the true eye that is seeing the thought, that the thought appears to. So you're able to objectify this thought. You see this thought as an object that is appearing to you, and you're just being with it. There's a feeling of softness, this feeling that it's spacious, that you're allowing this thought to be within you. There's also the experience of clarity, that it doesn't feel so busy and confusing and sort of clouded, but it's actually, you're starting to experience some clarity. You might not experience this clarity at first when you first ask the question, but you notice the clarity through, as you contemplate, there's more and more clarity. And really, it's the absence of confusion. So analysis will take you into something, and you'll actually see that there's going to be even more confusion the more you start analyzing things. So that's what people usually call like a clouded mind. And that's the experience of confusion, this cloudedness. Clarity is the absence of confusion. So it's kind of like this thought is then appearing in you, this cloud in the sky. You're being with the clouds. You're not touching it. You're not trying to resist it. You're not trying to attach to it. You're not identified with it. This spacious awareness is not attached. It's not attached to the cloud. It's not identified with the cloud. It just simply allows the cloud to be there. And as that cloud is moving, it just disappears. It's very soft. It's very gentle. That this experience of contemplation, it's not permanent, but it's a very slow experience where this cloud kind of comes, it hangs out, you're just being with it for a little bit, and then it dissipates, it disappears. And then you start seeing that actually when it disappears, you experience clarity. It's the absence of confusion, that you feel like, not that you've gained something, not that you've actually got an answer to something, but it's actually more of the experience that the energy behind that question has actually dissolved. You actually experience that it's more of the dissolving of the question. So that cloud that was once appearing, it then dissolves, much like the cloud moving by, or as if it's dissolving within the sky that you are. So this softness, this gentleness, this spaciousness, this openness, these are all signs of this contemplation. And you'll find that actually the more you are in touch with this spacious awareness that you are, the more you're going to be experiencing what we could call a more contemplative life. That as you're perhaps spending some more time alone in nature, that you're giving yourself some more flexibility, your schedule is loosening up, it's becoming more flexible, there's more openings in your schedule, there's more openness, more spaciousness in your life. It's a result of you actually being connected to your spacious essence. And then your life becomes more of a reflection of this. And you'll see that as you go for a walk, you'll just find that you're more contemplative and it's effortless. Another thing to mention about this contemplation is it's effortless. So analysis takes some effort. You have to really it feels like you zoom in, it's a tightening, it's a restriction, where you're really analyzing something. You're really, let me crunch these numbers. You're analyzing something. Whereas this contemplation, it's effortless. It arises on its own, and it's just so innocent. It's peaceful. It's there, and you're not identified with it, but you're not concerned with it. You're not concerned with the outcome of the answer. You're not concerned with where's it going, what's the next thing. Whereas analysis, you're always looking to the result, the outcome, and you're kind of following it along on this linear process. You're going really into it. Analysis takes you into suffering, and awareness takes you out of suffering. So the more you're in touch with this awareness, the more you start experiencing this contemplation. And a lot of these big questions, these deeper questions of life, actually arise on their own. They rise on their own, and they dissolve on their own. And you just find that you're experiencing more and more of this clarity. And the desire to analyze things is actually decreasing, that you have very little desire to analyze things anymore, that you're just not so in your head. You're experiencing this openness, this spaciousness, this clarity, and that's actually what you start enjoying. So you start really enjoying this time alone. And when you're alone, you're experiencing yourself. Aloneness is the experience of the presence of yourself. You're very present. That's why you're just simply being with the thought in this contemplative manner. You're just allowing it to be. This allowance, this acceptance is your nature. So if you are experiencing any of those signs, then you know. And it's very, once you get a taste of this contemplation, then it's very easy to discern whether you're analyzing something or you're contemplating it. This contemplation, this zooming out, is very relaxing. It's very pleasant. You actually enjoy this contemplation. And that's because you're experiencing more and more of your true nature in these experiences. The other kind of thing that I could draw to that's kind of not really related to contemplation, but you might have a taste for it, is actually when you're very creative. When you're very creative, it's very much the same experience as contemplation. That you find that actually when you're very creative, that same spaciousness, that same openness, that nothingness, where everything arises in and from, that's where those ideas come from. That's the source of creativity. And so when you're experiencing this creativity, you enjoy it. You enjoy, and you literally see these ideas being born, that they just appear from nothing and they're there. And the same sort of feeling of that hang time. You're just being with these ideas, but you're not attached to them, and you're not forcing anything. You're not making effort. You're not even bothering to write down the ideas. You're just letting them play. And when you're really experiencing this creativity, you see that that's actually what it is. It's this playful intelligence, this love affair for creativity itself, and these ideas that are just arising on their own. They are kind of mixing and mingling in this open space, and they're kind of just dancing, and they mix and they mingle, and they just kind of are left there, and you're not touching them, and you're not concerned with any sort of result. You're detached from the outcome, detached from the result, and you're just allowing them to kind of mix, mingle, marinate, and just play with each other. It's very similar to the experience of contemplation, but perhaps just less. Contemplation is more. There's less of those kind of thoughts. It wouldn't be seen as more. It wouldn't be seen as playful, but it's very similar in the sense that you enjoy it because you are experiencing the awareness that you are. The awareness that you are as nature is joy, is happiness. So you're enjoying yourself. So if you want to explore this more, if you want to really get connected to that space and experience more contemplation, go deeper within yourself, we are going to cover that in our upcoming retreat, which is titled Divine Feminine. Really connect with this energy, this feminine energy that allows you to open up, allows you to experience that softening, that spaciousness, that relaxation, that allow you to go deeper within yourself and really experience more of what I'm sharing in this video. So if that sounds good to you, you can join Truth Community. The retreat is upcoming and you'll find more details about it there. See you in the next one.